Sadly, today is the day that we're leaving Mostar behind and leaving this amazing balcony view behind. We could easily spend another day here, but we're heading to Split, Croatia today, so we're gonna go a little bit more up the Croatian coast. We're trying out something we've never tried before. Today we're gonna take a service called Daytrip. What Daytrip does is basically they take you door to door from wherever you're going. So today for us it's Mostar to Split. A driver's gonna pick us up and then take us to Split. The great thing about it is you can actually add stops along the way if you want to for an extra charge. So we wanted to see the Kravica Waterfalls, which are just outside of Mostar, and this is a perfect way to do that and just kind of tack it onto the list. So we're gonna see the waterfalls first, and then our next stop is gonna be the medieval city of Trogir. The price of this trip for us from Mostar to Split with these two stops is 220 euros. If we were to buy 2 airline tickets, it would probably be around 160 to 170 euros between the two of us. That doesn't even account for having to have an Uber or a taxi from the airport in Split, and then also to get to the airport here in Mostar. So I think when you consider all of that, plus the extra stops you're able to make along the way, this could potentially be a really good deal for us, and we're excited to see how much it works out. The one kind of wrinkle in our plan today, it's supposed to rain very hard. You know, there's that old saying, you can only get so wet. So I think we're gonna be fine for the waterfalls. We'll see how it goes for the medieval town of Trogir. We might have to cancel that, and if we do, I don't know if we're able to get our money back. Don't forget to like and subscribe, that's all we ask. It wasn't all that much extra because it's so close to Split, but that's gonna be an interesting thing. So we're excited to show you what that's like today.
And we cannot leave Mostar without having another Bosnian coffee.
The bazaar is a little less crowded when it's in the morning, which makes sense.
This is just so fun to me, to have a little activity in the morning. So we stir it to get the crema. And why we really came back for Bosnian coffee was to have another Turkish delight. Oh, the sugar cubes are hearts. We also came back for the sugar cube, let's be honest.
We also had to get a little burek because it's one of our favorite things to have as a breakfast, a nice little treat in the morning. The shape of this one's actually a lot different than what we're used to, but I like that they have this little cream or sauce on the side. If you don't know what burek is, it's this layered dough. It's got cheese inside. It's like a very soft white cheese. It's so good and so crumbly. I've never seen it served like this though, I'm excited. Let the people know what you just ordered.
I always forget that fruit is served as a dessert, much like pancakes are. So if you order them, they'll always come after your meal. And sometimes they'll have whipped cream on top.
Okay, well, unfortunately not off to a great start. It's 26 minutes after our pickup time and we have not been picked up yet. I did provide the address and I was in contact with them on WhatsApp, so not sure about this one. The things we do for the channel. This is a downpour. Let's go check out these waterfalls.
Quick.
They are called the Kravica Waterfalls. I was saying Kravice before, it's Kravica. This is a national park here in Herzegovina. Apparently the most stunning waterfalls in the entire country. Even with all this rain, we're gonna enjoy it. Sydney almost wiped out.
Being very cautious now. Hang on to the railings.
I think we're about to get our first glimpse.
A lot of people coming up.
like fools. Things we do for you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That's all we ask. Look at that.
That looks like a jungle.
They really are.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, these waterfalls are absolutely beautiful, but we are also absolutely soaked. And that thunder has not gone away. It's making me a little nervous. So for the health and safety of our channel, let's get out of here. Okay, now the rain's really coming down. And the thunder's still there. Gonna avoid the trees. Do not touch any trees. In the same way I was thinking about how with the Serbia flight getting canceled, we really haven't had any travel problems or, you know, travel cancellations or anything like that. We also haven't really had many problems with rain. And we've been on the road as long as we have. That is pretty lucky, so can't win every battle. Well, the good news is we have made it to Split safe and sound, and I do have to say, just having the door-to-door service was very convenient. And you know, usually on a travel day, we're having to make so many arrangements on how we're gonna get to and from the airport or the train station. Travel days can honestly be some of the most stressful days that we have. So the fact that we were able to kind of just get in a car and go, that was very convenient. So as you saw, we got absolutely drenched at the Kravica Waterfalls. We had to stop at a gas station probably 20 minutes after so Sydney could change her shirt. And that's when we got lost. Yes, straight up lost. We had no idea where we were. Our driver had no idea where he was. And before I go any further, this driver was actually very nice to us, and I really appreciated all the information he was able to provide. I think he was actually really great. I don't think he was provided with the tools he needed to succeed, because he was telling us as he was looking at his directions that he had to pay for roaming data, because again, this is a Bosnian guy and he's driving us to Croatia across the border. So I can understand, you know, the route between Mostar, Bosnia, and then Split, Croatia is probably not like ingrained in his brain, and it's a lot of like really tricky little roads. So his GPS was going in and out because we were at a very remote location and he didn't really know where to go. So I was kind of thinking the whole time, it's like, this guy has to have step-by-step directions on how to get here, if that's like what they're asking him to do, to pick us up in a certain location, drop us off in a certain location, and we have these stops along the way. They need to have that all mapped out before this even starts. And the fact that he has to pay for his own roaming data to figure that out, that's absolutely crazy to me. But we took 2 wrong turns, and we actually took the same wrong turn twice. So at a certain point, we were 2+ hours off schedule, and that's not even counting the 40 minutes it took to pick us up in the first place. He wasn't able to pick us up in Mostar because we were down this narrow alley. He had a big van he wasn't able to fit. So again, it's just like all these things that I think could have been worked out beforehand. And this poor guy had no idea how to get us where we were going. So thoughts on Daytrip. This was not supposed to be a hit on Daytrip at all. We were actually hoping this was going to be like a very pleasant little plug for them because we were excited about the idea. The idea of being able to go straight from location to location for us, that is an absolute luxury because a lot of times travel days can be the most stressful. There's just so many moving components to them. We have to worry about how to get to the train station or airport. We have to worry about how to get to the Airbnb once we get to the new location, whether or not we're gonna have Wi-Fi so we even know where we're going. Are there public transportation options available? How much money are we gonna have to spend on an Uber or taxi, things like that. So being able to just know exactly the cost, first of all, and then the route. It was just very straightforward. We knew we were getting picked up at a certain location, dropped off right at our door. But everything in between, we were not anticipating. And I forgot to mention too, we had another stop planned, I mentioned at the beginning of the video, Trogir, Croatia. We just ended up not going. We were so late, we were losing daylight, and it was still raining at that point. We just really did not look out with the weather. But yeah, it's no exaggeration whatsoever to say we were lost in Bosnia. Complete rural Bosnia-Herzegovina. We had no idea where we were. We did not have data. The driver's phone was going in and out for the roaming data that he had to pay for personally. I just still think that's so crazy. So, Daytrip. We would be happy to try you again, but we're hoping this time we can work out a few details before we get on the road. After this crazy adventure, we're just happy we're here. We're happy we're in Split. We have a lot of exciting things planned for our time here, so definitely make sure that you stay tuned for that. We're excited to be back on the coast. There's a lot planned with the islands. Yeah, just stay tuned. I don't want to spoil too much. This year has been all about new experiences for us, so check that one off the list as well. We got lost in rural Bosnia. We are exhausted. We're gonna take a shower, go to bed. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.